Boris Johnson is frontrunner for PM, but he'll face the same Brexit nightmare. After months of speculation, attempts to oust her and parliamentary defeats, the fate of is finally sealed. But although all of this hinges now on who will be elected as May's successor and that person's position on Brexit. The frontrunner is the former Foreign Secretary, Boris Johnson, the clear favourite among Conservative members who will ultimately elect a new leader, but they'll only do so once two candidates are put forward for a runoff after a knockout contest by Tory lawmakers. That contest will formally start after May resigns on June 7, although the race has already unofficially begun. Until then, even though May's legacy, as the PM who failed to deliver Brexit, is already fixed, these final days will allow her to finesse that departure with some dignity. Johnson may have huge support among party grassroots, but his popularity among Tory MPs is more muted. According to the website, the New Deal had been already widely criticised by lawmakers from all parties, including those normally loyal to the Prime Minister. After that, while Johnson and Hunt may be the frontrunners, the contest is wide open, with more than 15 MPs having either already declared or planning to. In the cabinet, Home Secretary Sajid Javid, who voted Remain but has tacked towards the Brexiter wing in the past 3 years, and Defence Secretary Penny Mordaunt, a prominent Leave campaigner, are all strong contenders. Dominic Raab, among this wide field of contenders, could stand a man or woman who could stop Johnson from making it through to the final runoff among party members. If that does not happen, this would be an extraordinary turnaround for a man whose record as Foreign Secretary, before he resigned last July, was patchy at best. He has been blamed for worsening the predicament of the jailed British-Iranian mother Nazanin Zaghari Ratcliffe, and often left diplomats and officials bemused or aghast while on foreign excursions. Last August, weeks after his resignation, Johnson caused controversy by comparing Muslim women who wear face veils to letterboxes. It is this record. What's more, there are fears that the Conservative Party will elect a Brexiter Prime Minister who would be happy for the UK to leave the EU without a deal, something May tried to stop. Some Brexiter candidates may even push for a managed. Even though the Prime Minister will change, the numbers in Parliament will not, unless the new leader calls a snap election during his or her honeymoon period. And beyond Westminster, it's not going to be an easy feat to change the existing withdrawal agreement without the approval of the EU. The EU Commission, the new Prime Minister will find dealing with an intransigent Brussels as difficult as his or her predecessor experienced. May's successor, of whatever strand of conservatism or stance on Brexit, will still have to get a deal through the Commons. That's a huge task.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. I keep fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.